What's going on, everyone? It's DV, and we're back in Roblox Islands. So as you know, the game's been updating quite a bit, and there was a recent update that was surrounding this slime queen thing. It was like this whole scepter, and I didn't have it. I didn't get it until today. And yeah, I did buy it. I'm ashamed I bought it, man. I usually grind for these things. I know. Head down in shame. I didn't earn this one, but I'm gonna explain why. I have a good reason why I didn't actually grind for this one, and I'm actually to show you why. First up, if you look at this anvil here and then scroll down to what it requires to actually craft it, you can see it does require 10 pink slime crystals, 10 of them. That's insane. Look at that. Is absolutely crazy to me. Now, if you've ever grinded for pink slime crystals, you would know it takes forever to get them. It takes forever because I already had to grind for one. I had to get it for this, you see this right here, teleport pad. You see that slime queen orb? These are not tradable, and the crystals aren't either. So you can only imagine how much I grinded for this thing. Yeah, it was that bad. So I'm not going to do it again. I also got the pet. Look at, I have the Princess DV pink slime pet. I'm not going to grind for this scepter because I already went through the pain of just getting one crystal and one pet, let alone getting 10 more crystals. That is going to be like, I'm not joking, it's probably going to take me 20 hours plus to get that. That is a lot of crystals. It's so rare to drop. I don't even want to deal with that. So I decided to spend the 1 billion on this. And yes, I did overpay. The scepter's going for about, last I saw, is like maybe a little over 900 million. Sometimes you can see, even less. Some people are offering like 500 million. So it's between 500 million to 900 million as of this video. That's a huge range, I know, but it's really, it depends on what people are really wanting to spend or take. But I've seen those ranges already. The average price right now, from what I'm told, especially from collectors, is that you're seeing them for about 900 million, a little bit higher. And because what you're going to find is people are always willing to buy these. It's going to be kind of hard to find them. So unless you're offering $1 billion, and I just bought this off Sickalicious, he even offered way less, money required for it. I just said, I'm giving you $1 billion. So yeah, I spent $1 billion coins on this, head in shame, I know. But hey, I actually have more coins, so I'm happy. I'm not broke, even though it says 5. Don't look at my coins. Stop looking at my coins. No, I actually do have more coins because I have a ton of alts, and a lot of them store my coins. So don't worry about my coins. Trust me. I'm going to show you how powerful this scepter is and whether or not you should ever try to get it or grind for it. I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably a no. It's probably no, but I'll let you decide afterwards because this is the pain you're going to feel if you want to try to grind for it. Now keep watching. Don't drop off just yet, okay? Let me show you how powerful this thing is and how it works because it's pretty cool. But before I do show you, can be solid and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Man, we are super close to 500,000 subscribers. Super close. Like I'm getting, I'm like 29,000 away. It's not that much. I mean, that's like possibly anywhere between 30 to 60 days. We'll see. So yeah, please subscribe. Let's go over here and kill some stuff. But first up, I want to show you, I've got all the mage weapons or all the magic spell-based weapons. I've got the title spellbook. I'm going to show you like kind of a recap of all these too. I'm going to go pretty fast on most of these, and then we're going to focus on the most recent ones, which are going to be the Spear Spellbook, the Queen Scepter, and the Ruby Staff. We're not going to hit the Static Scepter too much, but I'll explain why in a minute. So let's go over to Buffalo Island. I'm on my VIP. Perfect. So we're going to go to Buffalo, and we're going to kill some Buffalo. We're going to bully them. All right, so we are at Buffalo Island. Just a quick note. I always have to do this for my weapon comparisons. My magic skills here, you're going to scroll down. You'll see my magic here. It's level 95. It's not capped out yet. I just have 4 more levels. Man, this last bit though, honestly, as much as I use magic weapons, man, look at this. Like, I need so much XP to get to the next level. It's insane. And I need 4 more levels. Feels like it just hasn't been climbing at all. But right here, you can see my base stats are 285% magic damage. So that's a ton of extra damage. And I'm only level 95 right now. So just want to make sure you're clear. If your stats are different than mine, that's why, in case you're kind of new to the game. The other thing that I like to do is I like to use Starfruit Cake to show you the maximum. Although I don't know if there's some other damage effects that stack, but I know this one does extra damage. I don't know if there's an extra. Let me know in the comments below. Is there another food? I may have missed another food that stacks with magic spells, but let's go ahead and show you here. I want to show you first the spellbook. This is actually, why did I just switch that? No, we're not going to use a brick to cast. Okay, there we go. So this is the spellbook, right? And if you hold down, that's the maximum kind of like damage you're going to do. You can also do quick casting. It's a smaller, amount of damage. So if I do a quick cast, you can see it's going to do 173. If I do a full cast, it's going to do 235. Now, magic-based weapons are going to do the most damage compared to melee. I'll show you why in a second. But the downside of these is they lag a lot more than melee weapons, and often you can't hit your target. Sometimes it doesn't register. Register's just fine on bosses and such, but for slimes and stuff, you don't really want to be using spellbooks anymore because the hitboxes are kind of too small. Why weapons are higher damage than melee weapons? I'm going to show you real quick. Percentage-based damage bonus versus a flat amount. So because it's just a flat plus 17. Now, if this was 235% like melee damage, these things would be crazier than magic. So that's why they just never changed it to a plus base amount than a percentage base. Percentage is always going to be more exponential. All right, so I'm going to show you this spellbook. If I do a full blast at this guy, it's going to do 235 damage for me. Now, of course, title spellbook is going to be less. And the reason being is the title spellbook can actually do spread damage. A lot of you have been watching me for a while, already know this. Just going to show you real quick, just a quick recap. So you can see if I hit this guy, it's going to do 219 damage. And then if I get them close to each other, it's going to do an AoE effect or spread. AoE basically every effect. So you'll see all multiple get damaged. Actually, it doesn't even look like it's working right now. Both of those should have been hit. Like, oh, yeah, I think they broke the title spellbook. That's weird. I'll have to let the devs know. But this used to do multiple target hit, like an AoE effect. I don't know if they disabled it temporarily. Let me know in the comments below if you heard anything about that. I didn't hear anything about it. But this used to hit multiple targets. That's the title spellbook. It does do less damage than the regular spellbook. So if I were you, I'd just focus on getting the regular spellbook. The multiple damage hit thing is kind of a thing of the past. It's not as good as higher damage. Now, the Staff of Godzilla is a limited item. If I recall, it's basically, so it's doing 131. It used to be, it looks like they changed it to its own stat. It used to be the same, I believe, as spellbook, or it was the same as title. It's been a while. But it looks like, yeah, it's weak. So this is basically just a collector's item now. 131, that's horrible. All right, so you already know the damage on these guys. I'm just going to show you the Ruby Staff. The nice thing about the Ruby Staff is it does heal you when you hit. So I don't know why it didn't heal me just then, probably because I don't have anything to heal. But usually you hear an effect and it'll heal yourself and anyone around you. So it's basically others around you. So you can see a staff similar to Baha's heals lowest health nearby player for 15 on hit. Now I don't have any damage. Maybe let me take some damage here. So it should heal myself too. Yeah, you can see it's just been bumping up 15 for me. So it healed myself. So it's a really good weapon. It's probably one of the best ones currently in the game for healing yourself. Although I'd say Spirit Spellbook is pretty good too. So, you know, and it's pretty affordable. Honestly, you can get Ruby Staffs for pretty cheap these days. I think it's like, I think between, actually, I don't even know. I think it was under 10 million last I saw. I think it was like 5 or so. But don't quote me on that. I don't really care about prices as much these days since I don't do my own prices anymore. That's what the price guide's all about. So we have the Static Scepter, and the Static Scepter is a horrible weapon. Do not get it. I mean, that's kind of all you need to know. Don't get this weapon. Whatever you do not get this weapon. It is a bad weapon. Now, if they ever fix it, it'll probably be a good weapon. It's kind of cool though. I'll show you. It's just cool to have it, just so you have it, but I've never really used it to grind. But you can see it does like rapid damage, but it lags everyone and the client and the server, and it's not even all that accurate, to be honest. You can see it just kind of sometimes does stuff, and it's just 8, and look how long it's taking me to kill this thing. It's horrible. In fact, the Godzilla, this thing, honestly, is going to kill it faster than that static did. Look at that. Boom. Do not use Static Scepter. It's the worst magic weapon in the game currently. I'm telling you. Even this thing that only does 100 damage is going to blow this thing away. It's going to be so much faster. I know there's some diehard fans of it. I absolutely loathe that weapon. It literally has crashed my client so many times, and other people have crashed, like, you can crash shops with it. It's just bad. Now, next up, we have the Spirit Spellbook. This is the newest spellbook currently, not spellbook, but magic weapon in the game. One of my favorites, honestly, maybe until this, but I'll show you in a second. The cool thing about the spellbook is it's pretty affordable to get. You can go and make it. You can grind for it. It's pretty simple. I think it's probably one of the easiest ones to get, although it does require some ingredients that still, it still has ingredient requirements that you need to grind for. But the cool thing about this weapon is you can see it does varying degrees of damage. So like 235 for that hit. This one's going to be 250. That's the highest hit for this weapon for me. 250 damage. This one's 235. So the blue did 235. It does different. It's like a randomizer. So it throws random spells with different degrees of damage or amounts of damage. And that is based on the rarity color of the spirit. So if you remember in the spirit world, there's like white, spirits. There's like blue, green, and all that. And then ultimately there's like these pink ones. The pink ones are going to be the most rare. And so it's going to do the most damage. For me, it's doing 250, which is pretty high. Honestly, it's pretty high. And so I usually see that was 250 again. I usually use this with the serpent boss, to be honest, and it also can heal you. I don't think it spells that out, but it can heal you too. So like on successful hits. So if I let myself get damaged, and I think it's only certain spells, I'm not 100% on that, we'll let myself get hit by these guys for a little bit. It takes me a while to take damage from these guys. I remember once upon a time I would have died like within 20 seconds from these guys. I remember that. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh no, I'm stuck. I've never had this before. Oh no. Okay, well let me kill them. So that one did not heal me. And you can see that one healed me. So some of them heal you. That one healed me. I don't know if it's all of them because that one like healed me 5. So I don't know. But it's kind of a quirky weapon. Now it does do a lot of damage, but the max is going to be 250. Okay, so now let's go over to the Slime Queen Scepter. This one is really cool. So not only does it have like a really high damage output, but it has a cool effect. I'm going to show you what it does. It's got an ability that I didn't even know it had until I got it. If I were to go and launch this at this guy, one thing you're going to notice, it did a lot of damage. I'll show you that in a second. But look at this little diamond here. See that little diamond? It's like a pink diamond. When you stack 3 of those, next time you hit, each time you get a hit, see that? I hit, you have to damage an enemy. Each time you get a enemy hit, you're going to get a little diamond, and it stacks up to 3. On the 3rd stack, the next attack that you do is going to do this crazy like DPS attack. Now, it's not a high damage attack, but it's pretty good. So here we go. I'm going to show you here. Now my next attack, see I've got 3 here. My next attack is going to go bananas. So let's go. See how that, look at it. It's doing 39, 39, 39. It does like, I believe up to 5 hits, at least when I was testing it. Let me try it again. So we get hit this guy, do that one. Okay, we're on 3. Let me go attack like a full health one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So yeah, it's 5 attacks, and you can see it was 5 times 39. And essentially, that's like 195. I had to use a calculator. I'm sorry, I'm not that fast with math. So you can see though, that's 195 damage with the 5th attack. It's not very good. The effect isn't very good, but it does a lot of like fast damage. Although like just doing another cast probably would have been just fine. So it's not like, I kind of wish this effect right here would just like do way more damage, maybe like 60 damage or something per hit. I feel like it should have been a cool bonus, but it's still kind of cool to watch. The other thing is you don't actually have to cast. If you're holding down after your attack like this, see how it's just automatically, I don't even know if you have to hold down, but it's kind of weird, but I like it because it's just unique. It's a unique weapon. It's kind of like having the spin blade thing, like the serpent bane. It's kind of reminds me of that. It's kind of gimmicky, but it's not special yet. So if the devs do watch this video, I would recommend maybe going like, I would say, I don't know what the baseline is, but maybe like a 10% increase or more. No, it's got to be more than that. I would say like maybe a 30% increase of what it does currently. But yeah, it needs a little bit of balancing for it to be amazing. Now, like I said, the damage alone, it makes this weapon worth it. So check this out again. 262. If you remember my spellbook, my spirit spellbook, it maxed out at 250. Now, if I were to eat starfruit cake, I'm going to show you how crazy this is. I ate starfruit cake. Now watch my damage. 327. That's not even maxed out yet. I'm nearly one-shotting these things. 327. Look at that damage. It's almost gone. So like if I could find another effect or stack that does more than 25%, I would definitely be one-shotting these core. Or just imagine if I can increase my my magic level to max. Imagine how much I would do. I might be able to one-shot these at 99. So yeah, this weapon is definitely powerful. The most powerful magic weapon currently in the game. Question is, you've waited for this entire time, and I've waited to tell you, is it worth it? Is it worth getting? It's a tough one, honestly. Is it worth the cost difference between this? Is it worth this one? Is it worth getting this or this? Like, is the cost gap that big? Worth it? The problem is this thing is really cool. It's really rare. Does pretty, it's the highest damage output weapon. If you're a rich player, this is absolutely worth getting. I don't know about you, but each time I have to grind, I want as much damage as I can. It is quite a bit of a gap for damage. It's like 10, it's like 15 damage plus. And then when you're looking at doing damage with, the mobs bonus here with Starfruit and you're almost one-shotting these, I mean, that's a significant jump. So if you have the money, definitely buy them. In fact, buy more than one. I mean, if you have that much, if you have the billions. I know a lot of players are collecting them, in fact. But if you can't, this is fine. I would just go with the Spirit Spellbook. I think it's fantastic. It's probably the best weapon in the game. I use it. I don't really use the Ruby Staff is collecting dust now. All of these weapons are collecting dust except for the Spirit Spellbook. And now that I have, honestly, the Slime Queen Scepter, it's going to be tough. Now, the one thing I didn't check, and I need to do it real quick, is whether or not it can heal you. I don't think it can, but it seems like a lot of these magic weapons do heal you these days. So let's see. It does not seem to heal you. Oh, wait. Did it? Hold on. Was that just natural regen? We're going to check that again. I don't think that was... Okay, I've got it down to 200. There we go. No. Okay, so this thing does not heal you. That's another negative about this weapon compared to the Spirit Spellbook. Like, I mean, this thing's going to keep you alive. So, yeah, that's one less point for the Queen Scepter. I don't know. I would say if you're looking for a high damage output weapon, this is the one to go with. But that might be why a lot of players are not going for this weapon right now. So, yeah, I mean, if you got the coins, do it. If you don't, get the Spirit Spellbook. It's great. It heals you. I would say say this one wins the video. I think this one wins. If I were to choose, even today, if I only had maybe like 100 million coins or less, I would just, even if I didn't even have 100 million, if I had like 50 million, I would just go for this one. But let me know what you think of this weapon. Would you want to get it? Would you save up for it? Do you think it's worth it? I think it's too hard to grind for currently. Doesn't have enough extra bonuses to really make it worth more than the Spirit Spellbook. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope this was informative for you to help you decide whether or not you want to grind for this or buy it, especially if it's going to cost you potentially 20 to 40 hours of your life of pain with the queen, because she is evil. That queen is evil. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next vid. Peace.